Yo, 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 what's up? This is Sonja Ramirez, your girl. And I'm sitting next to...
Miguel Ramirez. What's happening?
Nothing.
What's up, babe?
Listening to some rap, it gets to my head.
I
Yo,
know.
yo, yo.
Dude, that's your thing.
What's up?
Before the podcast lately. Last week you were listening to Biggie.
Yes, you can't go wrong with Biggie or my boy Tupac. Throw down some Too Short.
That's the one you like. You like
Shoot.
Too Short.
Yes, yes.
I
And
never-
DJ Quick. What?
I don't think we listened to Too Short growing up.
No?
No.
Did you ever listen to DJ Quick?
Nope.
What is wrong with you?
Nope.
For real?
Yeah.
What did you listen to?
Did you ever listen to Big L?
Big L. Yeah, everybody knows Big L. You
Yeah,
guys know
okay.
Big L, right? Big Louie. I know Big Louie.
Mr. Cheeks? The Lost Boys? You listen to all that? It was different. It was different. I was on a different coast.
Whatever. So what's up? Let's get this
let's
coronavirus
go.
stuff out of the way.
Oh, jeez. Anyway, so yeah, let's just do it. Real quick, the update is in the United States, there's 690,714 cases, 35,443 deaths. That's a death rate of 5.1%. In the world, there's 2,160,207 cases and 146,088 deaths. The death rate in the world is 6.7%.
I saw your best friend's post saying that in New York, the death rates are rising and Florida wants to open up their beaches. And I was talking to your mom this morning.
Well, I think Florida just went through their peak, or I don't know if
That's what they're saying. That's what your mom said.
That's what they're saying. They think that's the peak. I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. But your mom got a ticket for just going to go look. You know how she likes, visiting
She got
the
a
beach.
ticket?
Yeah, Mom, I'm throwing your business out there.
What the hell?
Her and Jeff went on the scooters just to go check it out, just to see the waves. And a police officer saw her, and yeah, they both got tickets. He gave them both tickets. Yeah. So
I don't want to start bashing cops on times like these, but
No, but I wear my mask everywhere I go. Like, I feel comfortable wearing my mask. Thank you, babe.
I get it. Like, maybe you shouldn't be outside or whatever. But as the times that we're going through right now, you could just send people home. You could just be like, hey, you're not supposed to be out here.
Yeah.
Go home.
Yeah.
Like now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
See, but your mom will also let people know that she's talking to, like, hey, I went, just to go take a look at the beach and I got a ticket. And that person will learn, well, I better not go to the beach then. I was thinking of going to the beach. So somebody has to be the one to pay for it,
That sucks. So I was listening to a podcast earlier this week, and they said something on there that made a lot of sense. They had this saying that is, my mask is for you and your mask is for me.
That's good. Yeah.
Because,
I totally feel like that.
Because wearing a mask, well, the thing is, you've said before, like, you feel more comfortable having a mask on. The thing is that your mask doesn't really do anything for you.
No, it's for the other person.
Your mask that you're wearing is for the people
others.
around you.
Exactly. And I told you that already. Like, my biggest fear is me having it, not knowing that I'm a carrier, and passing it on to someone who can't fight it and having to live with that for the rest of my life. So no, the reason why I wear my mask is to protect the people in front of me.
Yeah. So that's
good though. That's a good quote. We gotta put that up.
Yeah. Another thing is, if you guys are in Arizona, there is a Walgreens in the West Valley on Dysart and Greenfield that has a drive-through coronavirus test clinic.
Oh, really?
Greenfield,
in the West Valley?
Yes, Greenfield and Dysart.
Okay.
And I think what they were saying is that it's they're kind of reserving the test. Well, not reserving, but the people that they're going to test first are the elderly people. Like if they're sick or it's not that easy. You guys can go do the research, but I think you have to go onto their website or something, and you have to fill out some paperwork. You have to have symptoms and all that, and then you can go get tested. So that's the Walgreens on Dysart and Greenfield. And also the University of Arizona is developing antibody test kits. So if you've had the coronavirus and you have the antibodies from the coronavirus in your system, they're testing for it, and then you know that you've already had it and you've survived it and you can go back out. But that they're still developing it. They said that it should come out in the next week. If not, it'll be out by May. And the first people that they're going to test for that are healthcare workers and first responders.
That's good.
So,
I'm considered a first responder, right?
Oh, relax there, fucking hero. Yeah, you're a first responder.
I know CPR. No.
Yeah, that doesn't make you a first responder. I did a CPR class in high school too.
Oh Lord. Anyways,
I did self-aid buddy care in the military.
So you been working from home lately, and I've been out. Like I've been out there
hitting
just
the streets
nonstop. Okay. And so I come back and I know it's stressful being home. Like you're not used to working from home. You're not used to, and then having the kids around and just, it's like nonstop cleaning because they're here all day. And so you've been stressed out a bit. Like I've been feeling your energy. It's been a little high. It's been a little bit up there.
Yeah. I gotta recognize it and keep it in check. It's frustrating.
Yeah. Like, so the kids they suck the energy out of you. I mean, I'm sure you all can relate. Those of you that have kids, they suck the energy out of you.
This is us at the end of the night.
No, it's not, man. Are you kidding? The kids are in bed. We're partying.
No, we love the shit out of those little kids.
Yes, but so does everybody else. Everybody else loves their kids too. But it is stressful because it's 24 hours. You're working full time. I'm working full time. And we're homeschooling and all this other stuff. So I know that some of you out there are feeling the stress and feeling the anxiety and everything else. We're all in this together. Like we're alone together. Have you heard that?
It's like, yeah.
We're alone together.
It's this is the summary of the entire day while we're working. Hey, pick that up. Put that down. Don't do that. Put that away. Turn the lights off. Go over there. It's like the entire day.
Yes. And so, Joey, he's really good.
Yeah.
Like he's good. And Audrey's amazing too, but Joey's just more
and Audrey's
organized.
So sweet.
Yeah, like Joey's
we'll
more organized. Shut up. Joey's more organized and he's on top of his game. And so he wanted to make $5 today. And he's like, Mommy, can I clean your bathroom? And I'm like, heck yeah. Because that's something I don't like. Okay. I just don't. But my bathrooms are always clean. But I don't like it. And so he offered to clean them. So I'm like, heck yeah. So, of course, I had to show him. And, of course, I had to help him a bit. But let me tell you something. If Audrey offered to clean that bathroom, I'm whispering because this is bad.
You can't whisper.
If she offered to clean the bathroom, I'd be like, nope, because I'd end up cleaning the bathroom.
Yeah.
But he did such a good job, and because I helped him and I did most of it, and I said, listen, Joey, I'm gonna give you $250. I told him I'm gonna give you $250. He's like, really, Mom? And I'm like, yeah, it was your first time, and I did half the work, buddy. And he's like, well, how can I get the full $5? I said, well, the house does need to be vacuumed. He's like, great, I'll vacuum. And I went and I looked and he did really good. Like he picked up, that bowl, that decorative bowl that he picked it up to vacuum underneath it. I'm like, dude, that's so my boy. Like that's my boy.
That's good.
But hey, he made $5. But anyways, it's not that way all the time. It's clean your room. And then 10 minutes later, you realize they're playing because you're working.
Yeah.
Out.
Actually, when I come downstairs for work, because I work downstairs on our dinner table, like I don't go back upstairs the entire day.
Right. Yeah. And
like
then,
I'm sitting at my.
So he doesn't. Okay. And then I get home tired as shit. Right, babe? Like I've been tired as shit. I'm just like, I want a glass of wine, to simmer down because my mind's running.
Yeah.
And I go upstairs and it looks like a little tornado hit it. Little Taz devil. That's what I call Audrey, Tasmanian devil. I go upstairs and there's stuff thrown around, and then
you can tell.
And then
there's
I
like
get
she leaves a trail of wrappers and just fucking toys.
So then I look at Miguel and I'm like, dude, like, and I know that it's not his fault because you're working the entire time, but it's like, it's like, hey, can you take a second, just go up there? Because I know they're 8 and 10, but even though they're 8 and 10, it's like you still have to be on top of them, and that's what sucks the energy out of us.
Well,
and I know you all can relate.
I've told them about the lights and about me having to tell them to clean up.
Yeah.
So one thing that I can do from my desk is watch them do workouts. So the other day, like I told Audrey to get something to eat, and she was eating something, but she left all the wrappers on the counter.
Yeah.
She left her fucking tray and the fork that she was using on the table, and she was off.
Yeah.
Going, and this is not a big surprise to you.
No.
But
that's
what she does. That's regular Audrey.
Yeah.
So I yell for her and tell her to come back downstairs.
Yeah.
And then I told her to start doing burpees, like right there in the kitchen. Yeah. And I'm sitting there typing away on my computer, doing my work, and I'm just watching her freaking sweating. Yeah. And I told her, I was like, from now on, both of you, if I catch you leaving stuff laying around, or I see the lights on in your room and you're not in it, I'm wearing you out.
Yeah.
That's it.
The other day, though, they did. I thought they did really good because I've been making dinner. I think you made dinner the other day. Yeah. Kicked ass, by the way. That rotisserie chicken.
Oh yeah, that was
off the. I
made it with Joey. Joey's like,
Joey's my little chef. You're my big chef. But yeah, they grilled that bad boy, or what?
We did it on the grill, but it's the grill. Thanks to my mom, has a rotisserie attachment that you can rotisserie a chicken.
Oh my god, it was absolutely delicious. But I get home and I'm tired. I'm like, I'm gonna dice up the salad, get the salad going, and him and I looked at the kids and we're like, you guys are cleaning the kitchen.
They're old enough.
Like we tapped out.
They're old enough.
You guys are cleaning the kitchen. But it's too not just yelling at your kids. And sometimes it gets the best of us. I find myself yelling at the kids, like really yelling at the kids. I think whenever you hear me reach that point, you come in. That's when you come in usually and you back me up. But usually I'm the one, like, I'll talk to them. I will sit with them and I'll talk to them. But there's times where it's just my anger, my stress, it gets the best of me. And I don't like getting to that point.
We should call Sandy again. Even if she can, or not call her. She was on the podcast last time. For those of you that didn't listen to that podcast,
you need to go back.
Especially during these times when we're locked in our houses with our kids. We recorded the podcast. We need to go back and listen to that podcast.
Yeah, because it's so hard to be that parent, that present parent.
Let me finish real quick. Sandy Semino. Go back through our episodes and check out the episode with Sandy Semino. It's like in the 40s. But yeah, I think she was wearing like a red or a pinkish shirt. Yeah. So you guys look for that one because that might help during these times.
But during like I said, it's very hard. It's hard, and we're real people, and so
we are.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Because there's those people that act as if everything's fucking perfect.
Yeah, no.
Like, oh my God, no. It is not. I don't care who you are. You're that perfect person maybe in front of everybody else, and then you're crying in your bathroom because you're stressed the hell out.
Curled up in a ball.
And you haven't taken a bath for a week because your kids are driving you bananas. Like, I get it. I understand. And that's why I always said, like, if I'm going to be a parent, man, I have to find somebody. Like, I never wanted to be a parent anyway. The reason why I'm a parent is because I felt I found the right mate. But seriously, like my heart, everything was like, this is the man. Like, this is the man. And like, without you, I don't know how I would do it. I mean, obviously I'm a strong woman, so I would make it happen. But dude, I cannot, I to do this alone. Like, I give props to all of you single women out there who are holding down your household.
Yeah, only the single women.
Only the single women and the single dads, because I know a lot of single dads jerk off. Yeah, like I know a lot of single dads who have, custody of their kids. So it is a very difficult time, and don't feel like you're in this alone. Yeah. Reach out to somebody, and though we are quarantined, like, if you know somebody who's been keeping themselves safe and quarantine themselves, and if you need a break to take a shower or just, take some time for you. Call somebody that you can trust and someone. Oh yeah, and get your vibrator out. Holy baby, you just did that on purpose. I was so okay, babe. You suck. So call somebody, and that somebody, and ask them, hey, can you come by? Just for 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever, so that you can woo-saw. Whether you know what I'm saying, and just to get yourself straight. Get
to know your neighbors. Maybe you can
for real,
have them
or
play
your family,
for a little bit.
or your, like our renter. I'm not going to throw her name out there, but she has custody of her grandbabies, and there's 4 of them, and she just got a newborn. Like she got a newborn, and she's not old, but I know that it's tiring to have a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old. I think the other one's 5, and then a newborn. Like I told Miguel, I'm like, you know what? And I told Betty too. Betty's like, bitch, you never came to help me with my 6 kids. I'm like, you got a husband. Like she doesn't have a husband. She's doing it alone.
Well, when you were just talking about this earlier, about how the kids are driving us crazy, I was thinking, so our renter is in the house that we used to live in.
Yeah,
and I was thinking to myself, I was like, imagine if we were going through this in the other house.
Okay.
Because the other house is even smaller. And when the kids are playing and yelling and doing, like, you can't get away from it.
Oh,
there is
it's
nowhere,
a one story.
There is nowhere to go.
Right. I mean, we do have a pretty big backyard, and she just tells you about them a trampoline and stuff.
Well, I'm saying, like, this house is a little bit bigger, and it's still, like, you can't get away from it.
Yeah. So if you are somebody, who knows somebody who is in this situation, like seriously, pick up the phone and ask and see what you can do to help. I know we're supposed to stay quarantined, but if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and you're not out and about and doing and shopping and doing all this craziness, and you've been taking care of you, pick up the phone and ask them and let them know that you've been keeping yourself safe and you've been keeping, the social distancing that you've been practicing it, and give them a hand. Like seriously, that time is worth way more than money.
Yeah.
It's your peace of mind, especially when you're in this alone, which she is.
Yeah.
And it is a good time. I was talking to your mom, and his mom's very spiritual as well as I am. And so we started talking, and she's like, I feel that God has, like, this is a reset. This is a reset. Because so many families have lost themselves.
Yeah.
Meaning they don't know their kids on a personal level. There's no having a dinner or a meal together.
Yeah.
There's no conversation. There's no, do you know what I'm saying? Like they're so busy trying to pay the bills that you don't even know who your significant other is. Like you're like, who in the hell are you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you're stuck in the house together with this man or woman that you feel that you don't even know, and these kids.
Maybe you don't even like them.
But you know what I'm saying? Maybe, but this is a good time to come together and to reset.
Yeah.
Talk to your kids. Get to know your kids. Play board games with your kids.
Read a book with them.
Read a book with your kids. That's something Miguel's been doing every day with the kids. Those Jocko books,
those are great, and you can pick them up on Amazon.
Yes.
And if you were to pick them up on Amazon, you could go to oppositesattractpod.com and click on the support the show tab at the top.
Yes.
And it'll take you to our Amazon link. And anything that you buy on Amazon, whether it's that book or anything else that you pick up, we get a kickback for the show, so it helps us out.
Yes.
And then you'll also see...
And it doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost you anything.
And you'll also see a tab or you'll see the logo to Trust Inc. And Trust Inc. is?
Trust Inc. We are a nationwide mobile notary agency. We do a lot of work for title companies, lawyers as well, and individuals. So, currently we're not doing too much general notary work because the title companies...
We're not doing too much what?
General notary work. That's like car titles, powers of attorney. We're doing a lot of work. We're doing a lot of work with title companies right now because some title companies, they close their doors to where they don't have their clients coming in. So they're sending us mobile notaries out to their homes.
Okay. So if you guys need a notary, you can request Trust Inc. and that you can go to trustinkusa.com.
And we are also independent associates with Legal Shield. And let me tell you something right now. That business is it's blowing up. And the reason why is because a lot of people during these times, they're thinking, what if? And so with Legal Shield, we provide free estate planning. So your will, your living will, your medical power of attorney, your power of attorney. Some people are losing their jobs.
Yeah.
In an unjust way. And so a lot of people are looking for, that advice. So a lot of people, that business is also doing well because it gives you that peace of mind.
And it's not just for that, but any type of consultation that you want, letters and phone calls written on your behalf. If you're having trouble with a company, document review. If you have a contract that you need them to look at, they prepare your will. They can fight traffic tickets. I'm not exactly sure how that's all working right now because of everything that's happening.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of benefits to having the service. And you can find all of that at trustinkusa.com. And you can go to oppositesattractpod.com. You can subscribe. You can watch everything. You can listen to it there. And you can share it.
Yes. So back to what we were talking about. Take this time. Take advantage of the time that you have right now. Use it as a reset. For you, for your family, your marriage.
Yeah.
And because this is the time like you can never get back. That's the one thing you just can't get back is time.
Yeah, like what about when we get done with this and then everybody starts getting back to work? But listen.
Yeah.
And everybody starts getting back to work and everybody's busy again. And then all of a sudden you don't have time or you don't have as much time as you do now to spend with your family. And then maybe then you'll be thinking, I wish I would have taken advantage of the time that I had with my family when we were all locked up in the house together. But instead, I was watching TV the entire time, and the kids were off doing
games,
whatever. They were on their tablets the whole time, So, and you know what? This is something that we're telling you guys, but we're busy and we go through it here.
Yeah, we do it. Like everything.
We'll see our kids sitting on the tablet, and after a while, it's like, hey, how long have you been on that? Get off the tablet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about being present. That's really what it is. It's about being present, not being in just your own your world, but being present. And just listening to them, like asking them what their likes are, what their dislikes are. What are your dreams? What are your goals? What is it that you want to do? And listen to them, like listen to the answers that they have. It's so cute. So we don't just talk to talk. We practice what we talk. Like we lead.
We try.
We lead.
Not everything.
From example. We do like what? Give me an example of something that we don't do that we talk to them about.
Health and fitness.
Okay. That's just right now. And why are you calling me out? No, that's just right now. Shut the hell up. And the reason why, let me tell you, I was talking to your mom about this earlier.
Oh, yeah.
And she said, you know what? She's like, forget about it. You only live once. Nah. No, but for real, like it's not going to get out of control to where we're like 300 pounds.
Dude, what if we're locked up for another 3 months?
I'm happy. You're happy. Okay, so today I was just talking. By the way, my boobs look good. The extra weight is like just...
Yeah, it goes to the right places.
Here. Anyways, so I was talking to you just a little while ago before we started the podcast about adding, like every once in a while, if I don't have an appointment in the morning, then I take the kids out, okay? Whether it's for a 4-mile walk or a 2-mile run. And so, but when I work in the mornings, I can't do that. But I'm thinking, you know what? Even if we do it at 6 o'clock at night or 7 o'clock at night, at least we're doing something. That's the thing. Like we got to do something and watch our portions. That's it. Yeah. Like wash our portions.
Yeah.
And it won't get out of whack.
Get out of hand.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Actually, I was talking to Eric that gave us that surprised us with the Roadcaster for the podcast. Yes. And he's our buddy from jiu-jitsu. And we were texting back and forth yesterday or the day before. And he was like, dude, I've gained like 20 pounds. I'm like, I was like, dude, tell me about it. I was like, we've been freaking eating like maniacs. Yeah. And then I told him, I was like, look, we're not gaining weight. We're moving up in weight classes.
Oh God.
That's what's happening. So for those of you that aren't fighters, I don't know what you're doing. Well, for those people that aren't fighters out there that don't, compete in jiu-jitsu and that sort of thing, I guess you're letting yourself go. For us, we're just moving up into different weight classes. That's what we're doing. We're getting ready.
But we're having such a good time.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. I'm just in a happy spot. I'm in a happy place.
No, we got to get to work.
You know, but
we've been talking about that shit for the last 4 weeks.
So at least we're real and honest.
But anyway, so last week we talked about how our podcast party got hacked.
Okay.
And how all that porn got played during the party, and then we had to shut it down, and then we had to turn it back on.
Yeah.
And if you want to go ahead and give them a call. Yeah, we were just talking about, like, what do we do?
Yeah. And we asked you guys, listeners.
We asked you guys, like, what should we do? Like, the kids haven't really brought it up. They haven't really said much about it.
Right.
We could sweep it under the rug and act like it didn't happen and then address it as it comes.
Yeah.
Or do we just meet it head on and be like, and sit them down and be like, look, we know that you guys saw some stuff, and you know, what should we do?
Yeah.
So we got
so much time has passed too. Like, what we're gonna bring up old stuff.
It's been a week. It's been a week.
It's a long time for a kid.
But they know, especially Joey. So anyway, so we had asked you guys what you guys thought, what we should do. And we had my best friend Stevens, and he has a podcast, Like Father, Like Daughter podcast. And he had left us a message, but we decided we would give him a call and have him on the show so that we can get his input.
So welcome, Stevens. How do you pronounce his last name?
His last name is Ateortua.
Tortuga. No.
That's all right. That's all right. It's actually, you know what? That's the easy version.
That's the easy version.
And I'm probably one of the only people that knows how to spell his last name that's not in his family.
Really?
Ateortua.
Aw, do that button. Aw, see, you suck. We need to switch spots.
Yeah. In the Marines, they have put my mother's maiden name with that last name, and it was Ateortua Jimenez, all together, one name. And it was from A to Z, and they just it was easier for them to just call me Alphabet. So
there you go, Alphabet.
That's how he got his nickname. Yep.
There we go.
So we were talking about it, and you had left me a message, and you were saying that we need to talk to the kids.
Oh yes, absolutely. I have my daughter with me, actually.
Hi guys.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing.
What's happening, Jayrlyn?
She's like, nothing. I'm stuck in my house. No.
Yeah. She's having to like find new things to keep herself busy.
For real.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't really talk to her about the question just because of the nature of it. So I'll just try to generalize it. You know, you guys talked about seeing something inappropriate that just came up in front of your kids.
Yeah.
And I think that it's important that you talk to your kids immediately. I'm actually probably more interested in hearing what my daughter has to say about that, you know.
Oh, yes, me too.
Let's put her on the spot.
Let's put her on. Go ahead. Put yourself aside, dude. Let's
No, go ahead.
So if you guys just, so I'll just explain it to her. So they were doing a live on Zoom or on Facebook or something. And, you know, they had left it open and people were just, you know, getting on, and somebody got on there and put inappropriate stuff.
Oh my God.
And the kids saw it. So,
wow.
Yeah. So how do you respond to that?
Like, do you feel that we should talk to the kids about it because they haven't brought it up? Or should we just ignore it and act as if nothing happened because they haven't said anything about it?
I mean, they could just not be saying anything about it because they didn't know what it was, or they don't want to be put in a weird spot or have any weird conversations with you guys.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But I feel like as parents, it's their job to explain things to their kids and to tell them what's coming, to like prepare them for the world.
Yeah. And that's our job. That's our job as parents.
Yeah. So that's what I was saying in the message that I left you guys, is that it's important to talk to them, because just like, you know, when there's a public relations expert that has a client that, you know, something bad for them publicly, you know, comes out, their initial response is, all right, you need to get ahead of this. And by that, they mean you need to control the narrative. And so as parents, I feel that it's our job to control that narrative for our kids because they don't know any better. They're still growing and developing. And we don't want their imagination and someone else to control that narrative because, we don't want that.
That's true.
That's true because they could go to one of their friends,
right,
and say, "Hey, my parents were doing this party, and then and we saw this."
Right.
Yeah.
What was that? And then their friend's like, "Oh, I know what that is.
Right.
Check this out."
Yeah, exactly. And you don't know like that. That's dangerous. That's dangerous waters for them to be trying to navigate. So I feel like it is our job to immediately talk to them about it. Like I was saying in the message that I left you guys, when something happens with our daughter, right? If we're watching TV and something comes up, we typically just like pause it. Not during the bad part, right? We like skip forward, pause it, and then we're like, hey, that's not okay. That's not appropriate behavior. If even here in the house, right? If sometimes as adults we kind of lose our cool and we have, our arguments might reach levels that, that we wouldn't like them to reach, and especially in front of the kids. And, and immediately after everything, we, kind of stop and we sit her down and we say, listen, we're sorry that, we displayed that type of behavior in front of you. Understand that it's not okay, that even though we are imperfect, that we do live in an imperfect world, that's not an excuse, but understand that that's not okay, and, the same thing with anything that comes up on TV that surprises us. So we try to screen stuff before we let her watch anything. Like right now, we're letting her watch PG-13 stuff, but, I feel like some of the ratings bleed over a little bit.
Yes.
And so you catch PG-13 stuff or stuff that's in PG-13 that should be R rated or like that.
Yep. No, I think you're right. And I think we got some work to do with the kids. Maybe we gotta talk to them, and then we'll get back to our listeners and let you guys know how all that went. And also Stevens and Javerlin have just put out their 5th episode, right, of your podcast?
Our 5th episode just got put out on Tuesday night. We just today finished recording our 6th episode.
6th episode.
Nice.
We brought up a good. Thank you. We brought up a good topic. About is it easier to forgive or to forget?
So, Javerlin, what do you think?
I think. Is it forgetting? I think forgetting.
Yeah, she got a little confused.
I got confused. It was an interesting conversation.
So,
what's easier?
It is easier to forget.
How old is Javerlin? She's 12?
Yeah.
And you're already teaching her how to do teasers for your own podcast. She's like, look, if you guys want to hear my response, you're going to have to go listen to my podcast at likefatherlikedaughterpodcast.com.
Right? So Javerlin, that's funny. So Javerlin, what's the reason behind it? Why do you feel that it is easier to forget?
Just because once you've already forgiven somebody, it's easier to have something trigger that memory and easily just forget about it because you've already forgiven it. Like my dad said an example, it's forgiving is like turning on your car and getting into your car, and then forgetting is when the lights automatically turn on. It's so easy.
Right. And I've done that before. That's a great analogy because there's a time where we have, our newer cars, the lights just automatically go on, but the kids were in my car and messing with stuff, and I didn't check my lights, and I was driving with no lights, just thinking automatically the lights are going to turn on, and here I have people flashing me, and I'm like, what the heck? And I noticed that my lights weren't on. So that is a great analogy. And not only that, I think it takes a lot of courage to be able to pick up the phone and to talk to the person, because forgiving is not just for you, but it's more for you than the person that you're forgiving.
Well, yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll probably continue this conversation for a little bit, but we appreciate you guys coming onto the podcast and your point of view. And I think that's a great topic for your next episode. When is that coming out?
That comes out Tuesday at 8.
Okay, so it's coming out this Tuesday.
8 p.m. Eastern Central.
Okay.
Or Eastern Standard, sorry.
So give everybody your social media, how they can follow you guys, and how they can get in touch with you.
So, the best way to do it is to go to likefatherlikedaughterpodcast.com. And we just got a new number, and that's 407-749-1195.
All right. And they can call and leave messages or?
Yeah, they can leave messages, text, or voice. It's not something that we're going to, pick up right away because unless we start doing lives like you guys. But yeah, they can just call us. And the website is probably the best way to find the links to, all the other stuff.
To everything. likefatherlikedaughterpodcast.com.
Correct.
Yay.
Awesome. Well, thank you for calling in.
Congratulations.
Congratulations on the podcast. Keep kicking butt.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you guys for the support and for having us.
Yeah,
No problem.
anytime.
You guys have a good evening.
You too.
Thank you. You too.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
That's
All right.
super cool, man.
Yeah, no, they have a great podcast.
Super, like she's
12.
Yeah.
She doesn't sound like she's got a lot going on.
Well, our 12-year-old
she's smart.
across the
She's
street
very
is
smart.
the same way.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of growth between 10 and 12.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of growth that happens
Hopefully
because our daughter's only 10.
Hopefully between 10 and 12 is when they start picking up all the stuff that they leave laying around. But so what do you think? What is easier?
I think it's easier to forget.
Okay, so
it's totally easier to forget.
Okay, so I was kind of thinking about it, and I think there's different situations. So like, let's say in a relationship where somebody does something wrong. We've both been through this, and is it easier to forgive or to forget? Because I think it's different in a relationship than it is like with a friend or somebody that, that just kind of crossed you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if it's just a friend that like somebody, an acquaintance, okay, not a friend.
Yeah.
Because if a friend were to do you wrong, it would be as hurtful as if your significant other did it. If it was like a really good friend. So if it's just an acquaintance, like who gives a crap? But if it's like for me anyways, if it's a family member or someone that you're really close to, I think it's harder. And the reason why I say it's harder to forgive is because there's steps that need to be taken. Okay. Again, you have to have the courage.
There's healing.
And healing, like
communication.
You have to you have to connect to a deeper you. Because you can be truly pissed off. I've been through this. You could be truly upset and hurt at this person. And the hardest thing, and especially when you know you're right. You know you're right.
Mm-hmm.
But, okay. I don't think I want to get into this. Okay. So there was somebody who I had, it was over the phone, and it wasn't that long ago, maybe a month ago. She called me upset. There was a situation going on, and I can talk about it maybe later on and tell you who it is. But we were having a conversation, and it got heated. And I am not the person, right? I am not the person to
get pissed off and flip out.
Like, I am just not that person to lose my cool. And it happened. And I got off the phone, and at first it felt good because I got her. You know what I'm saying? Like I got her, But then I felt like shit. And you're not even aware of this, by the way. You don't know. This has something to do with you.
No, I know. I have a good idea.
Okay. So I started to feel really bad. Like I heard God telling me, Sonja, that is not you. Like, that's not you. That's not your character. You allowed her to take you there. I wasn't able to sleep for a couple of nights. It was really bothering me. And God's like, I need you to call her. I need you to call her. And I need you to tell her how you feel. And I need you to apologize because that's who you are.
Yeah.
That's who you are. And I called her. And she didn't answer, and I left her a voice message. And I got a text back. And she also apologized for what she did. I never told you about this.
No.
And she apologized for what she said. But I was the first to step up.
That's good.
And I'm telling you, once I released that,
what did that do for you?
That. Oh my God, I felt great. I was able to sleep. I felt good that I did the right thing, even knowing that I was in the right and she was in the wrong. I felt good, and that's all I needed.
That's why this is the Opposites Attract podcast, because if somebody's got it coming, and I'm like, hey, you know what? Why don't you go fuck yourself? And then I walk away.
No.
And then I'm like, wow, I feel great.
Yeah, see, but baby, you're still going through a growth spurt.
Whatever. Like, but the thing, it doesn't do me. It doesn't do me anything. Like, whatever.
You're going through a growth spurt. It will. You are.
But no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. And so for me, the hardest thing for me was like, I'm like talking to God. Like, are you serious, God? You're really wanting me to call her when she is the one that blah, 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 blah. And he's like, Sonia. And I got it. I'm like, okay, I'm doing it. And I did it. And it was the best thing ever. So that's why I said it's harder to forgive, because there are steps that you have to take.
So, yeah.
That's what I mean by that.
So I'm thinking there's a combination. It's a combination of both, depending on the situation. So like, let's say first it's with somebody that just kind of crossed you. They said they were going to do something. They didn't do it. They lied to you or whatever.
Oh, that's different.
Like in that situation, I could forgive, but I'm probably not going to forget.
Oh, no. No.
Because next time that something comes up, I'm going to be like, you know what? I think I'm good.
You showed your true colors.
Yeah, I think I'm good. And, you're going to, so I forgive you for what happened.
Yes.
But I'm not forgetting.
Right. And that is being smart. Like, see, to me, that's being smart.
And then in a relationship, like let's say something that has to do with your brother or your sister or your wife or your husband.
Yeah.
Where it's not like, hey, I'm done with you pretty much.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't work that way.
No.
So it's a combination of both.
Yeah.
And I think the forgiving will happen first. The forgetting may never happen.
Okay. So you're right
the forgetting
about that.
may never happen, but it will fade away.
Yes. So eventually you do forget. When
you start forgetting.
And your heart starts to heal, you will forget unless there's a trigger and you have not.
Or there's a recurrence.
Yes. But if you haven't healed that part of your being, then something can trigger it. Something will trigger it. If you're not healed and you haven't allowed yourself to really heal like that wound, say it's a betrayal, whatever it is.
A betrayal or some kind of abuse or whatever. It's like, you know what? I'm not going to do that anymore, but it's not easy to just do a 180 and change. You know, like maybe somebody's mentally abusive or, I don't know, physically abusive or something like that.
Yeah.
And if they realize that they've been wrong, it's not so easy just to do a 180 and change. Like, oh, you know what? I'm a new person now.
Yeah.
So it takes time, so you're not just going to forget.
Yeah.
But it's going to, I don't know, maybe I'm going off on something different, but
you are. That's deeper.
But I think it's a combination of both.
Yeah. Of forgiving and forgetting. Because most people are like, okay, I'll forgive, but they say it like cocky. Okay, I'll forgive. That doesn't work. Like it has to come from deep within your spirit, your soul, that you are forgiving.
Yeah.
It's not just, okay, yeah, I forgive you. Yeah, I forgive you. And then every week you're throwing it in their face. Remember when you did this? Yeah. Remember when you did that? Is not.
It's not. Yeah. It's not. Well, that's not forgiving. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways. It takes a lot of soul searching when you've been hurt to a point to where you've been broken.
But do you have to forgive?
Man, I feel to have peace.
But
in
why?
order to have peace in your heart and peace with where you are.
How?
I feel that you need to forgive.
Everybody?
And it's not just for the person, baby. It's for you.
No. Like, well, do you have to forgive everybody for everything?
I say yes. I say because it's for you. It's not for them. So you can forgive, but it doesn't mean you have to be all buddy. It doesn't mean that you have to stay with them. It doesn't mean that you have to. It means that you have made peace with the situation and that you have forgiven them. But like you said, you did me dirty. I'll forgive you. But I can't be with you anymore. I'm going to let you go.
Okay. So
kind of deal.
So I was listening to this podcast a few weeks ago with Jocko and another Navy SEAL. This dude is a Navy SEAL. Mm-hmm. He's a Harvard graduate. He's a doctor, and he's an astronaut. So as if being a Navy SEAL is not enough. He freaking graduated from Harvard Medical School, and he's an astronaut.
Yeah.
I think his name's Johnny Kim, if you guys want to check it out. I mean, his story is insane. And his dad was like super abusive. I mean, abusive to the point where I believe the police were called and he was shot in his house.
Wow.
Yeah, because his dad was going to kill his brother or his mom or him or whatever. Anyway, so it was bad. But then when they were talking about the situation on the podcast, he was saying that he learned a lot about his dad. Like he learned where his dad came from and how he grew up and the abuse that he went through. He's like, so I forgive my dad. He's like, he was a horrible person, all the things that he did. He's like, but I forgive him for the things that he did because, I mean, what do we expect him to turn out like?
Exactly.
From all the stuff that he went through.
Better.
Now, this is the thing, is that is his father.
Right.
Which is different. Like if this was somebody that is doing you wrong, that is not your family. This is just another person out there. It's like, why do I need to forgive that person? Like, I don't give a shit.
I just told you why, though.
But why?
There's healing within that will take place. You may not be aware of it.
I don't see how that makes me any difference. Because the thing is that I don't lose sleep.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
Him,
like,
but you just have that hardened, like you're like that. Like you, not that you have a hardened heart, but you're just very.
No, like
you can be cold to a point. You can be cold to a point, but you're softening. Like you're starting to soften.
Yeah, but there's certain things that I feel. I'm not saying you know exactly what I'm talking about, and I can't get into it on the podcast. I'm sorry, but there would have to be astronomical leaps for me to forgive this person.
Yeah.
But the thing is that it doesn't make me angry. It doesn't make me sad. It doesn't really make me feel anything. So
when
I
say the name, yes, it does. When I say the name, how does it make you feel?
Back in the day, it did. Yeah. But not anymore.
Today, if I say the name or mention something,
no, it doesn't bother me.
How does that make you feel?
That's what I'm telling you. I feel nothing. I feel nothing.
I don't know.
So I don't feel like I need to forgive. I damn sure I'm not going to forget.
Why?
Well, because I know the history of what's happened.
Yeah, but I think that
I just don't feel like there's a need for me to like if I don't forgive, I'm not going to be fulfilled or I'm not going to reach my potential because I didn't forgive. I don't feel like I need that.
No, but you're holding on to it.
No, I'm not holding anything.
Okay. That you're aware of.
That I'm aware of.
You know, that you're aware of. Yeah.
There's a song that I listened to. This guy Joyner Lucas. He's got some great music. It's insane. If you guys like rap music, but he started this app. It's called Tully. Tully is what he puts out his music on. Mm-hmm. And at the end of his music videos, it says this video was distributed on Tully. And I don't know what it was, but I read something about the name, like where he got the name. Uh-huh. The name Tully was the name of one of his teachers that talked all kinds of shit to him.
Oh, yeah. I think you had mentioned something like this to me.
And he was like, people ask me why I named my app Tully and why we put all our stuff out on Tully. Because he said that I wasn't going to amount to shit. and that I was going to be a
And that's
piece
his
of shit
name
my
or
whole
what?
life.
Is
That's
that
his last name.
That's crazy.
And he was like, and I named it after him because I'm fucking petty. He's like, just to kind of stick it to him. And it's
See,
like,
but what good does
damn.
that do though?
But that dude also, I mean, this is on a different subject. Like he's a smart dude. It was crazy. I had showed you the interview. He was on a radio station in New York, and he's always like writing rhymes and thinking about what he's gonna do and his videos and all this stuff. And his friends are always like, dude, how come? Oh, somebody asked him about football because the dude's from Boston.
Yeah.
They were asking him about football and the Patriots and Tom Brady and all this shit. And he's like, you know what? I don't watch football too much. And they're like, what? Like, your city is like a huge football city. You guys don't watch football? And he's like, nah, man, I'm always, making music and doing this and that. He's like, one of my homeboys asked me, he's like, dude, how come you don't play Madden or any of that? He's like, I'm going to be on Madden. He's like, one day I'll be on Madden. And he said that it was like a year after that, when his friend was telling him, like, dude, how come you don't play with us on Madden?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I'm just not into it. I got it. He's like, I'm going to be on Madden. Like a year later, he ended up on the soundtrack of Madden.
That's cool.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a
I don't know.
side note.
If you're focused and you're excited about what it is that you're doing and you have that alligator skin, whatever you want, you can get. Yeah. I mean, whatever goals you have, like whatever business it is that you want to do, or even if a business has failed, especially with everything that's going on right now, like if your heart is in it, you can rebuild it. Like there's so many people, wealthy people, successful people who lost, meaning lost their shit, like bankruptcy lost.
Yeah.
I mean, our president is one of them, and he's a president. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know how to do it, you can do it again. And that's the great thing about it is like you can do it again. Like once I started to learn with Legal Shield on how a business is ran and how to work as a team and how to do this and how to do that, that showed me what I needed to know or to learn in order to build another business.
Yeah.
And to have great relationships. How to build rapport, how to build true relationships.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to, now's a good time. I wanted to say congratulations. I don't want to, get into it too much because of everything that's happening out in the country, but.
What do you mean? What's happening in the country?
Well, everything that's going on.
I know.
Like people not working and losing their jobs and all that kind of shit.
And I'm so sorry for that.
One thing that I wanted to say was congratulations on your business.
Thank you. Our business.
You have gotten, this hasn't just been your best month in Trust Inc.
You're going to make me cry.
It's been your best month ever in business.
Ever. Yeah. It's been.
And it almost doubled your best month.
Yeah.
So anyway, not to put too much out there, but man, you've been kicking ass.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm winning. We're winning. Why feel guilty about winning? Like I understand other people are struggling, but we've struggled before. You bought me a fucking pair of scissors for our anniversary because we were struggling. Yeah. Like we're winning and it's okay. But I understand that there are some people, we get it. Like, and we're here to help. If there's a way that we can help, then we're here to help.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking about.
You're feeling a certain way, and I don't know why that is. Like, dude, what we did last month was great. Like, don't downplay that because I deserve that.
I'm not. I'm telling you that. Yeah, that's why I'm saying it.
I know, but you feel a sense of guilt because we're doing well.
It's not that. No, it's not that I'm feeling a sense of guilt. It's just that I don't want to. Like, there's a lot of people going through a lot of stuff right now.
Okay, listen, everybody. We're all going through shit. We had to replace 2 ACs last month. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's not. Okay, so it's not the same. I get it. We downplay what the things that we go through, but it's because we prepare for those things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have been able to do that. We would have been stuck in a hot house with no AC. and our renter would have been stuck in a house. And
yeah,
we could have, you know what I'm saying? But we prepared for that. Like we've struggled, I think, to be where we've earned this.
Yeah, yeah. No, we're good. As everybody knows. I'm good.
See, there's a sense of guilt there. I don't know where that comes from, but we'll work on it, baby.
I'm just saying. Is the thing?
But thank you. I appreciate that.
No. The thing is that we're stuck here in our house.
Yeah.
And not much has changed for us considering this coronavirus, but that is not reality for everybody else in the world.
I know, and I'm so sorry for that.
Yeah. So anyway, whatever. So we were talking about upstairs. Something to one thing that will keep people's relationships what?
So
Jesus Christ.
Because we've always talked about and I know when we talk about marriage, okay, we've been married for 12 years and it hasn't always been the way it is now. Trust me. We've gone through some rough patches, okay? We've gone through some things, but we've grown through them. That's the thing. We didn't give up. And I always thought I would give up.
Really?
Right? And think about the beginning. I would always throw the D word out.
Yeah. Divorce.
You know? Yeah. I would always throw it out there.
Yeah.
You have not heard me say that.
No, I haven't.
When was you haven't?
But I had to beat it out of you. Holy shit. First freaking 4 years of our marriage.
You're not fucking leaving me. We're never going to be. But it's something that I had to work on myself. Well, things that came from at childhood, being surrounded by broken families. That's just what I thought the outcome would be, and it's just
and I had to bring it up to you, look, anytime that we talk about this kind of shit, you're the one bringing it up.
If we're having a hard if we're going through some things, I would always be
something we're gonna and what if we get a divorce? And I'm like, why do you keep bringing that shit up? And one thing that I did tell you was look, there's two sides to this thing. It's you're never looking at how we're going to be old, married for 30, 40, 50 years. Yeah. It's you never talk about that part.
Right.
You're always talking about how we're going to get divorced.
Right.
It's why are you always bringing this shit up and you're never bringing up the other side of it? You remember that?
And that was a while back. But I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, that was a long time
ago. Things have changed. A lot of things have changed.
Yeah.
And we always said that communication is the key to a happy relationship. Talking about the good, the bad, just all of it, the things that you don't want to talk about. And I think we've done pretty good with that now. At the beginning, not so much because you were very closed. You're very closed off.
Maybe. I don't know.
You were.
Okay.
And you're not anymore. You've opened up. And that's the only way.
Like a flower?
You have blossomed. It's so hot. But then him and I were having a conversation, and it's you know what has also helped us stay together?
Grabbing tits and touching dicks.
That's why we say.
That's what it is.
If you have any kids, man, just
yeah, this is not a kids podcast.
This is not a kids podcast.
The kids were asking if they could be on this podcast. We're
no. Want to, but Audrey wants to because she likes this.
Yeah. We'll do one event. We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
But it's just tough trying to make it work.
Yeah.
But anyway, no.
It's true though,
but it's one of these things for real. No, it's something so small. It's something so small.
And we're funny. We joke around a lot. We'll walk by each other and I just grab his junk, man. Or I'll be dicing tomatoes or cooking and he'll come by and be like,
I'm dang girl.
Be my boobs. He'll be like
and that sounds like a freaking Trump campaign. Grabbing tits and touching dicks. Trump 2020 or whatever,
Oh my God.
Actually, that's going to be the name of our marriage counseling tour. when we make it big, that's going to be our big freaking marriage counseling tour. Come see Miguel and Sonja in a city near you on the grabbing tits and touching dicks tour.
If we could probably do a reality show and it'd be funny as shit.
But no, for real though, fucking grab something when you're walking by.
Yeah.
That is something that we've talked about it before.
I pull his pants down. I'll pull your pants down. I grab him from he'll be standing in front of me. This is so funny, you guys. People are gonna be looking at me different. I'm not gonna say what I do. People will be looking at me different. Just touch your husband every once in a while.
No, we were saying like even when we get old, we'll probably be this way.
Oh my
right?
God, yeah.
Right? Do you see this
grabbing
changing?
my tits from my foot. Here, baby.
I'll be like down
Let
by
me
your
help
knees.
you.
Here you go. What you got there, girl?
What you got?
Oh shit.
Well, why are you hanging so low? I don't know. Why are you hanging so low?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, that's a perfect way to end a podcast. Grabbing tits.
So, why are you always trying to end the podcast now? The hell? You don't even pay attention.
We have a timer. Look, dude, I bought it. I know what's up with that. Okay.
So, one thing that we wanted to say is congratulations. Thank you to all our new listeners.
Yes.
We had Be Love subscribe to us on YouTube. Angelis Calderon subscribed or
cool.
followed us on Facebook.
She's from Eagle Pathway. That's that nonprofit that I used to work with for regarding foster children. I need to reach out to her again.
Yeah, so she started following our page on Facebook. The Yolanda on Facebook left us some messages. Well, there was two Yolandas. There was Yolanda Hernandez.
Mungi is my friend from
years ago,
7th grade. Yeah.
And then Yolanda Hernandez.
Yes. That's from jiu-jitsu, right?
Yeah, she's a friend of one of our training partners in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for the comments and watching the videos.
We're excited. We have over 100 subscribers
on YouTube.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And we're getting close on Instagram.
Hey, so if you guys are watching this right now and you haven't followed us on Instagram,
search Opposites Attract Podcast, or you can search at Opposite Pod.
Yes.
And that's everywhere, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. We're at Opposite Pod. But if you just go Opposites Attract Podcast, you will find us. It'll come up. You'll see our logo.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So thank you. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you everybody for subscribing, for sharing. Make sure you go to oppositesattractpod.com so that you can watch the podcast. You can subscribe. You can share it. Let people that you guys know about the podcast, because that's how it grows. Don't keep it all to yourself.
Not only that, but you never know what your neighbor's going through or your family or friend. And sometimes we talk about some things that may be interesting that might be able to help them or not.
Maybe they need to hear about grabbing tits and touching dicks.
Sharing is caring. So again, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, listen, this is great to listen to, but if you watch it, it's funny as hell as well, because you get to see our reactions with certain things that we say to one another. So if you haven't subscribed, go hit that button where is it down here? Down there?
Yeah, it's around. You know where the subscribe button. You guys are on YouTube enough.
Hit subscribe. Yes. Anyways.
Thank you guys for being with us. We will talk to you guys next week.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.